Okay, here's a bit of practice using a protractor. Now we've got a bit of shine there on the board, we'll try and avoid that as much as we can. Makes it worse. Here's your protractor, your typical one. This is the one the teacher would use on a whiteboard. You'll have the little small plastic ones. Same thing though. Around the outside, numbers starting at 0, all the way to 180. Then on the inside you've got the same thing, 0 around on the inside to 180. What they let you do is sort of measure any angle, even if they look at an awkward space to do it. First job, number 1. Place the centre of your protractor. Now your protractor will have either a dot or a hole, or this one's got a line. That's the centre of my protractor. I need to put that on the vertex. So first of all, here's my angle, as X, Y, Z. This angle, to name it, is, to the angle shape, X, Y, Z. It follows from the points X, Y in the middle to Z on the outside. I could even turn it around and say, well, here, this is an angle. I'd do that symbol for an angle, Z, Y, X. Okay, so I could do either way. First step with your protractor. Centre of your protractor to go on the vertex. Not a vertex, no joining here. Not a vertex, no joining here. This is where the two join, so that's the vertex, the point. That's Y, so I place it on there and I align my 0. Now here is 180, that's not 0, this is a clue to help me. There is my 0, so I get to use the inside of my marks this time. So I follow around, it's from this line, it'll follow around, because we're measuring the angle of turn, around to there, and it goes to about this mark here. Let's use that one. On my inside marks, that's between 60 and 70. On my outside, it's between 110 and 120, but I'm not using them. Don't worry about them. It's down here. So it's actually going to be here, which will be between the 60 and the 70. This is an angle of 65 degrees with a little symbol there. So I've used vertex for the centre of my protractor. Made sure I'm on the 0. Follow the 0 up around to there. Okay, so then I read my numbers that way. So that's how I must do that. Must be careful with that. Now if I'm measuring around the outside here for a reflex angle, my protractor is actually not very good for that, so I don't do that. I use my acute angle, my inside angle here that I can measure with the protractor, and then I say, well, this whole thing would be one whole circle, which is 360 for a whole circle. Take away, oh, what was that angle I measured in there? That's all that one. Get rid of that 65, would end up to be 295. So measuring the inside one, I can actually use that to find out the outside, which would be 295 degrees. Because the two of them put together, 295 plus that 65 would equal 360. So the two angles together make up the revolution, but I use one to find the other.